in the Andes. They thrived for centuries before being conquered by the Spanish in 1532. Culture and tradition. The people of Peru are a mix of many different cultures, including Indians, Spaniards, and other European descendants of African slaves and Asians. Until recently, most people lived in the countryside, but now more than 70% live in cities. Most Peruvians follow the Catholic religion introduced by the Spanish. Gastronomy. Ceviche is probably the most famous Peruvian dish. The word ceviche comes from the Quechua language word "suiche", which means fresh fish. Peruvian pisco sour, the national drink of Peru. The pisco sour is considered the national drink of Peru, and it even has its own national holiday. National pisco sour is made of Peruvian pisco as the base liquor with lime juice, syrup, ice, egg white, and Angostura bitters. The tourist natural attractions in Peru. One is Picchu. Machu Picchu is perched high upon a ridge 200 meters above the Urubamba River. The majestic Inca city of Machu Picchu is one of the most dramatic settings of a ruined city anywhere in the world. Next is Lake Titicaca. The sparkling blue water of Lake Titicaca is surrounded by rolling hills and traditional small villages. Thus, um, the lake area is a mix of beautiful scenery and culture that sets it apart from other regions of the country. The Colca Canyon. Although it was once thought to be the deepest canyon in the world, Colca Canyon, twice as deep as the Grand Canyon, is the second deepest after nearby Cotahuasi Canyon. Next is the Cordillera Blanca, a stunning area of mountains and valleys. The Cordillera Blanca draws mountain climbers, hikers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Next is Ica and the sand dunes of Huacachina. For the sporting type looking to try something a little different, the Oasis Resort of Huacachina on the outskirts of Ica has just the answer. Next is the man-made tourist attraction in Peru. First is the Barranco Lima. It is the bohemian, hip, and creative Barranco is hands down the coolest district in the capital city of Lima. Next is Plaza de Armas, Lima. The Plaza de Armas is where the city of Lima was born, also known as Plaza Mayor. It is the heart of the city located in the historic district, with streets radiating out a creek. Next is Salinas de Maras, which is located along the slopes of Cacahuinay Mountain in the Urubamba Valley. The salt mine is a complex network of nearly 3,000 salt pans, shallow pools that are filled with highly salty water from an underground spring. Next is the Arequipa, known as Peru's White City for its unique colonial era architecture. Crafted from volcanic rock, Arequipa is one of the most visually stunning cities in the country. Next is Cajamarca, is a city in Peru's northern highlands in the Andes Mountains. Its Baroque colonial architecture surrounds the historic main square, Plaza de Armas. Next is the heritage tourist attraction. First is the Limas Historic Center. Limas Historic Center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city was founded in the 15,000s, and although many of the original structures were destroyed, it still holds significant historical value and is a beautiful place to wander around. Next is Cusco's architectural treasures. Walking through the streets of Cusco is like wandering through a museum with with history built upon history in this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Inca ruins have been used in the foundation of many of the lovely old colonial buildings lining the narrow roads, showcasing the city's long history. Next is Arequipa's historical city center. At more than 2,300 meters, it is often regarded as Peru's most beautiful city. Set against a backdrop of snow-capped mountains, the city center is designed UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Next is the Silustani. Silustani, outside of the city of Puno and not far from Lake Titicaca, is the site of some of the area's most impressive funerary towers. Standing as high as 12 meters, these structures were built by the Kola people around AD 600 to bury their nobility. Next is Coelap. In the Amazonas region of northern Peru, a walled settlement known as Cuelap has stood among the clouds since 7th century, built by the Chachapoyas culture. Here, let us have a full day visit in Paracas, Ica, and Huacachina from Lima, all included in our tour package. It is to learn about the cult, learn about the local wildlife of Balestas, avoid headache of large tour groups, enjoy tastings of pisco and wine on the tour, and a small group means more attention from your guide. Next is the inclusion. Inclusions were air-conditioned vehicle, all fees and taxes, lunch, snacks, boogies, and boards for sandboarding, life jacket in Paracas, alcoholic beverages, official tourism guide, and lastly, bottled water. Here our itinerary is the Islas Balestas for 2 hours, El Catador for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and Huacachina for 2 hours. All of these admission tickets are included. Next is Argentina. Argentina is the 8th largest country in the world. Buenos Aires is the capital city and big cosmopolitan capital city in Argentina. Argentina's official language is Spanish. Here are some of the Argentine greetings, just like Peruvian. Hola, which means hi. Buenos dias, which means good morning. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. And lastly, buenas noches, good night. Political system. The political system in Argentina is um,